guys, welcome back. So I'm going to do a full face tutorial today. It's just going to be a quick sort of everyday routine type of thing for me. So as you can see, it's really warm. There's a lot of shimmery colors, contouring, highlighting, and then a lot of gold tones for this look. So if you're interested in seeing how I got here, just stay tuned. Thanks. First, I'm using this Garnier BB cream. It is in the combination oily formula. And I'm going to be applying that with a flat top kabuki brush from my Coastal Scents brush set. So just dab that on and then go ahead and rub it into your skin. This can be layered for fuller coverage, but I like it for the summer just because it adds a little bit of evenness to your skin, but it's not a lot of product. And it's got SPF in it, which is good for you, as I'm sure you've heard. Then I'm going to be using this NYX, it's an eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to use that on my eyelids as well as under my eye to keep my concealer and eyeshadow from creasing. Then I'm going to be using my Stila No palette. I'm using that brown color at the end, just to fill in my brows. I just waxed them today at home with a NADS kit, so I'm really liking the shape. So I'm just going to lightly fill them in with this Real Techniques angled brush, just for some light definition. So after I've filled in my brows with the powder, I'm just going to take some of this Anastasia brow gel and run it over my eyebrows just to make sure they stay in place and just to give them a little bit more of a sharper look. Now this is a new product I'm using. It's a NYX full coverage concealer pot, and this is in the yellow shade. So I really like using yellow shades of my skin for highlighting, especially under the eye area, down the bridge of your nose, forehead, just that whole triangle of light that you kind of try to accomplish with your highlighting. So I'm just taking a flat concealer brush and dabbing this on underneath my eyes in that triangle shape. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be blended in. So you can use a lot of different products to do this. Mainly you just want to pick a concealer that's a few shades lighter than your skin tone to really brighten your face. Do a little bit down on the chin and then in the Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to go up to my forehead to draw a little bit right above my brow bone. So now I'm taking one of my favorite products. It's the MAC Prep and Prime Highlighting Stick in Radiant Rose. This just has a little bit more of, I guess, a pearlescent look to it than the concealer. So I just use that underneath my eye, on the forehead, and then on top of the other areas where you place your concealer. So this is a fluffy blending brush from Crown Brush. And I'm just going to use this to blend in all the spots where we applied the concealer. It's a nice soft brush, so it's really good for using around your eye area, any of those sensitive spaces. You can also use your finger or a blending sponge. This is just something that I really like. It's pretty precise. So I'm going to be using this highlighting contouring compact and actually just a little flat brush. Going to dab that on to keep it from creasing underneath the eyes. This is a NYX matte bronzer in medium. I'm going to be taking this on a small brush from Real Techniques. This fits nicely in the hollows of your cheeks. So you're just going to take this, follow your cheekbone. You can already see the line from where we highlighted, so this is just going to add some more definition to your face. Now I kind of overdo everything in the initial steps because I go through and blend everything out at the very end. So if this looks a little harsh, don't worry. Put a little bit up on the sides of your temples. And then after I go over my cheekbones again, I take this down underneath your jawline. For my eyeshadow base, I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo. It is in Barely Branded. This is a cream product. Take a little bit on your finger, and then apply that liberally all over your eyelid. You can take it as far out as you want, up to the brow bone, because this is just the base. It's a nice shimmery sort of champagne color, so it's really good for summer. I'm using this Coastal Scents palette, and that first color, I'm just taking it on a fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in my upper crease, just sort of as a transition color. It's like a light brown sand almost. It's just got a little bit of orange to the undertone. It's just going to give a little bit of definition to your crease. I'm going to use a darker brown on just a domed crease brush and just kind of concentrate that in the outer corner of your crease. So you can take that, just a little bit above the crease to sort of smoke it out a little bit. So even though this is a light look, you still get that sort of sultry effect. And both of these are matte shadows, but I find that it looks pretty interesting with the Maybelline Color Tattoo because you can see some of that translucent shimmers coming through. Now this is just a white matte powder, so I'm just going to use that on the lids of the eye, further defining the crease. And then this is a NYX Jumbo Pencil in the white, kind of like a pearl color. So I'm going to highlight my brow bone. Use this in the inner corners, so on the tear ducts of the eye, to make your eyes look a little bit wider. And then I'm also going to line my waterline with this just to make them pop out a little bit more. Now I'm using this liquid liner from Maybelline. It's called the Precision Liner, I think. It's just a small felt tip liquid liner, and I like it because you can just press it right on top of your lash line to get a really fine line, because we don't really want this to be about eyeliner. This is just kind of a nice light summer look. So this is just going to make your lash line look a little bit fuller without doing a dramatic, cat eye or anything that extends too far past the corner of your eye. Now I'm going to take this small sort of smudgy brush and a dark color from the palette and line over the liquid liner that I just put down, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. And my Lorac palette, just with some gold to dab on top of the white on the eyelids. Now I'm taking that same smudging brush and the dark color that I pulled from the palette on the top lash line to line my lower lash line. So first for cheek color, I'm going to be using this NYX Cream Blush in Orange on that Real Techniques brush that we use for the contouring. So actually this is really, really, really pigmented, so you only need a tiny bit. And just take that and dab it right above where I drew my contour line with the bronzer. It's just going to add a little bit of color, but still keeping the same really warm tone, coral gold, all that kind of stuff. So just dab, dab, dab. You can bring it up on your temple just a little bit. Then I'm going to use just a little bit of this MAC. It's a matte blush. It's Peaches. I'm just going to add a little bit more color on top of the cream blush, and then also concentrate a little bit more on the apples of the cheeks. Now for mascara, I'm going to be using the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. I'm going to do two different mascaras for this look. This is just something I do every day. I always use waterproof. I like this mascara because it is very, very dark and it separates your lashes really well. You want to concentrate really down at the base of your lashes, at the roots, to make them look a lot fuller. So after coating those, I'm going to use the Maybelline Falsies. Sorry, no, Illegal Lengths, maybe. False Fibers, that's it. So then go ahead and just do another coat on top of the lashes while the other mascara is still wet. You don't want them to get really spidery looking or too chunky. And you can use a lash separator or lash comb if they do get too chunky. So like I said, I like to blend everything together, and this also sets the makeup. So just take a translucent powder. Mine's from Victoria's Secret. I use a big fluffy blush brush for it, and then just go ahead and coat that all over your face. You don't need to use a lot of product. I just use this to blend everything. You can see how it really mellows out the contours. And then I'm going to be using the Benefit What's Up highlighter on the Cupid's bow. And the Victoria's Secret, this is a powder shimmery illuminator, kind of like a very champagne color. I'm just going to do that right above the blush on the high points of my cheekbones. A little bit on the forehead and temples as well. So back to the NYX concealer pot, I'm just going to draw a line with my finger down the bridge of my nose to just sort of give it a slimming effect. Sort of just makes it look a little bit more chiseled. And for my lips, I'm using this NYX, it's a matte extreme cream lip color. I think this one's just called Pinky or Peaches, something like that. So any, light pink, nude type of color will do. Just go ahead and run that all over your lips. And finally, just to give a little bit more all-over color, I'm going to take this Victoria's Secret illuminating bronzer on the big brush and just dust it right over the tops of my cheekbones. Just gives a really nice glow. And there you can see, got the finished look. And a little bit closer so you can take a look at some of the details.